Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to the call. It is 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That means we are ready for our 90-day business launch series. We have a great guest on today. As you're getting on the call, please let us know where you're coming in from. We always love to hear who's on the call. We have first on the call, Stephanie Hester. Good morning from Oklahoma City. Stephanie, great to have you here. Elk Ridge, Utah, coming on. Who else do we have? Orem, Utah, St. Louis, Cedar Hills, Utah, Hawaii, bright and early in Hawaii. Thanks for being on. California, Bakersfield, Dana and Amelia from West Africa. We've got Africa on the line, Montana, Utah, Texas. We got a yeehaw from Texas. All right. Maryland, Montana, coming in from all over the place, the Bay Area, San Diego, again, Montana, more Texas, Idaho, right here, close to home. Awesome. So glad to have everybody on. As I always do, please look at your chat group. If that chat blue box on your chat group says all panelists, go ahead and change it to all panelists and attendees. That way you can have the participate in the conversation with everybody instead of just our guest speaker and I. So it will be fun to have everybody. We love using this chat. We love seeing you interact with the speakers, and it's just a lot of fun for us. So please make sure to change that to all panelists and attendees so that we know that you are on and that you are participating. It's so good to see everybody. I'm seeing people from Canada, again from Montana. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, let's get this call started today. We have a couple of announcements here. First of all, the 80s party. That second qualification period ended yesterday, and we had hundreds more qualify. We already had hundreds qualify the first time. We had hundreds more qualify this last time. Remember, we're giving away thousands of dollars of prizes for that 80s party. Just so you're aware, that will be in August. We haven't finalized a date, but it will be in August. And within the next week, we will put out a list on our Kyani North America Facebook page of all of the qualifiers so that you know if you are coming to the 80s party. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have costume contests. We're going to have giveaways. It's just going to be a party. And it's going to be set in the 80s. So that's what we're doing. So I hope that all of you on this call qualify, because we would love to see you on that 80s call, on that 80s party, I should say. Okay. Also, Drive with 5. Drive with 5 is coming to an end very soon. We have, let's see, 9 days left. 9 days from today to really capitalize on the Drive with 5. Remember, any team that has over 250 total combined points will receive a $2,500 bonus. So $500 a piece for each team member that qualifies. That's a lot of money out there. I want to congratulate the teams that have already qualified for that $2,500 prize. BTT, Berry Team Turkey. That's a combination of leaders from the U.S. and Turkey. Congratulations to you. Team Triumph, you have also qualified. Congratulations to you. The Freedom Warriors have qualified as well. And the Bay Area Legacy Builders have qualified. So congratulations to all of you. We also have some teams over 200 points knocking on the door of qualifying. We have Hearts on Fire, Tsunami Latino, the Hustle and Honeys, Dust to Diamonds, as well as Girls on Fire, getting so close to that 250 points with 9 days left. Take advantage of it. We want to see you win. Lastly, on our announcements is the Potato Pack. We have the Potato Pack pallet promotion. We have lots of teams running for that. Remember, 6,000 servings donated, and you'll have a potato pack sent to your area, to your local charity. So it's doing things in your own community. So a lot of exciting things happening here. It's a great time to be part of Kyani. So with that, I want to get right into the call here. We have a great guest speaker with us today. This gentleman, I've known him for a while. I've gone on a couple of vacations with him, so I've got to know him really well. And he's just a genuine, caring individual. I really appreciate his leadership that he's offered Kyani for the past 5 years. He's a Blue Diamond with us, and he's doing great things, not only in Texas where he's from, but in Montana and around the world in Australia. So I want to welcome to the call Blue Diamond, Mr. Brad Parkhill.
Thank you so much, Mr. Steffensen. It is an absolute honor and a privilege to be invited on. To join these other champions that have been able to be a part of this 90-day challenge. So I want to say thank you first and foremost to you and the corporate staff. Guys, I wanted to kind of give you something a little bit different. Before I dive into that, though, I want to give you an idea first and foremost, kind of who I am, I guess. I've been with the company now going on 6 years, but prior to that, he mentioned I'm from Texas. I had a great upbringing in a small town in West Texas and was told my whole life to go to college. I went to college. I got a great job. And I spent the next 18 years of my life with that 100-hour work week, and it drove me crazy. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about, if you can relate with me. I literally felt like I wasted 18 years of my life just killing myself at work, and I found myself just not getting ahead. So I went into corporate life, business ownership. I actually moved up to Montana from Texas and started up a construction business where I partnered with a good friend of mine I had grown up with. And a couple months into this venture, this business had absolutely blown up. We had millions of dollars in contracts. Things just couldn't have been going any better. And I got a really crazy phone call that changed my life. This gentleman called me up that I had partnered with, and he said, "Man, I never saw this coming. You're just doing phenomenally well. But the truth is, man, I got a wife and kids to feed. You don't. I love you like a brother, but you're out." And in about a 3-minute phone call, I managed to lose my mom and dad's retirement. I managed to have over $100,000 of repossessions. I found myself just absolutely at a rock bottom spot for myself, which I know some of you guys right now going through what the world's going through have been right there with me, or going through that maybe even right now. But for me, it was a game changer. That was, life really did change right then and there to where I knew something better had to exist. And I found network marketing. And what I'm going to try to do today is tell you what changed for me. I spent actually 3 years with a different company where I made no money. I talked to everybody. I banged my head against the wall. I went to every single meeting. I went to every single training. I was still learning. I fell in love with the culture, the environment, the friends, the people. But at the end of the day, it wasn't working because of maybe who I was. It was definitely not the quality of company that Kyani is. I can say that hands down, that we are with the absolute best company. But I think one of the things that changed for me was the mindset along the way. Not only my personal mindset, but understanding the mindset of the people that I was talking with, the prospects. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about, how to raise your level up and go even higher in this business by maybe understanding, would it make a difference? Put it to, if you think it would make a difference, if you could literally understand what people are going through on an everyday life that's making them answer the questions the way they are when you try to pique them. Because we all love prospecting, right? We love getting slapped around and having our friends laugh and tell us stupid, crazy things. And we're going, why is this? I'm going to switch gears for a second here, and it's going to seem like I'm going off in the right field, but there's a reason I'm going here. This just hit me a few weeks ago. See, I'm doing intermittent fasting. I was reading up on a book, and of course, I'm always involved in personal development. And during this intermittent fast, I'm only allowed to eat 1 hour a day. The rest of the time, I'm having coffee or just water, black coffee at that. I can't even put lemon in my water. It's very strict. So 1 hour a day, I'm doing this. And it's been fun, but I'm reading this book, and they start talking about, the more they talk about, it's just a normal thing. I'm going to take you guys way, way back and say, wait a minute, 1 hour a day sounds really hard, right? But until you realize that we all have basic human instincts. Do you realize when mankind started, that's all they did? That's all they did. They ate once a day. They spent their whole day scavenging, hunting, fishing. And they had rocks and bows and arrows and things. And they would go all day picking berries and hunting things and just trying to stay alive while they did being hunted. And at the end of the day, they would spend 1 day or 1 hour a day maybe getting a bite to eat. And they were all in shape. There was no obesity. I mean, it was crazy back then, I guess. But think about that in survival mode. That's what they were doing. They were surviving. Our brains have evolved and adapted now to where we have a lot more options in life, obviously. But think about it from a survival standpoint. See, when we're going out to talk to our prospects, our brains are still have basic necessities, basic instincts. Our brain is part of our one of our biggest survival tool. It's when your prospect is telling you, guys, this sounds like a pyramid scheme, you better get your money back. How much, oh man, how much did they get from you? Oh, please tell me you didn't fall for that. Oh man, that sounds like one of those things. Those are preconditioned responses. And we get mad about it. Don't get mad, understand it. They don't know any better. You see, our whole life, guys, we've been preconditioned to go to school to get a great what? To get a great job, to go to school so you can work for the rest of your life. We were told 8 to 3, Monday through Friday, from the time we were 4 years old, 5 years old. Then you go to college, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, roughly 8 to 3, somewhere so you can get a job 8 to 5. You don't realize it, but you've been preconditioned. Your prospects have been preconditioned. When we bring something out of the norm, it changes everything. We come in and we say, okay, wait a minute, hold on a second. You mean, your prospect's thinking, you mean to tell me that I can go work 8 hours with you guys and I may not get a check? Whoa, hold on a second. That doesn't sound right. That sounds too good to be what? Too good to be true. Are you guys with me? Put a 3 in the chat if you're following what I'm saying. It's okay that they're saying these things. It's not bad. When you begin to understand it and know where they're coming from and why they're coming from there, you can begin to do something special. Evolve, adapt, change, grow. It's incredible when you begin to do that, because now you understand it. You don't get upset about it. You just go, hey, yeah, I get it, man. It's different, right? And now you can start to apply some of these things you're learning. So number one thing I want you to write down is understanding the mindset of your prospects. Number two thing I want you to really write down, if you're taking notes, and I hope you are, adapt and change. You see, guys, we're provided in Conti Pro 2 with some of the most incredible scripts, elevator pitches we should all know and learn. They're fantastic. They absolutely work. But along the way, guys, when you're brand new, you need to follow those scripts. You can tweak them this much by adding a first name. Tweak them, I mean, so little. But at the end of the day, when you start to get a little bit better, you start to get a little bit more confidence, and you start to understand that our brain is just a survival tool. They're just trying to stay alive. This prospect is thinking, I ain't doing that. Nope, not because I don't like it, because it's different. They're not mad at you because you're bringing them something. They're mad. They just don't know. It's uncertainty. That's uncharted waters over there. When I get over there, that water gets deeper. I don't know what's going on over there. But if you can get your money back, I would. So now we're starting to understand. So now we're evolving and adapting. What does that entail? Tweaking things a little bit, learning things, getting confident about the company, about what we're doing, about your leadership, beginning to believe in some of the things we got going on. Number 3 thing, this is huge. This is probably the biggest thing I'm going to give you today. There's a skill set that will allow you to take those scripts and start to change them. And that skill set is listen. Listen to your prospects. They're going to tell you every reason why they're ready to do this. It'll blow your mind. Everybody wants to know the perfect script. I get asked seriously every day, and I can speak on behalf of all the amazing leaders at Kayani. I guarantee you we get asked, what's the perfect script? Can I answer that for you? The one that applies most to that prospect. It changes. It adapts. You begin to listen and learn from what they're saying, and now you can take your script and say, hey, you know what? I've got this in your head. I've got this amazing coin script, but you can tweak it. So as I'm listening to them, guys, right now, what are we going through in this country, in the world? There's a pandemic going on. There's race riots going on. There's some crazy stuff in this world. When I'm asking that prospect, man, how's COVID treating you? Instead of going right into my coin script, how's COVID treating you? Are you doing okay with your job? Man, are you getting to spend enough time with your family? Do you love what you're doing? Do you love where you are in life right now? I mean, pretty wild, isn't it? Golly, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm listening. And then all of a sudden, my script turns into, hey, man, you're not going to believe this. I found some great timing. I've got a great video you need to watch, which, by the way, I want to point out that script works. It 100% works. But you can make it more effective when you turn around and you listen to this person and say, man, wait a minute. You know, I don't know if this is going to be a good fit for you, but as you're sitting here talking, I hear that you're on furlough from your job and that you're hurting financially. And even when you were working, you weren't getting to spend enough time with your family. Well, now you get his time, but you can't enjoy it, I'm guessing, because of the lack of finances. And I don't know if this is going to be the right fit for you or not, but it sounds to me like you're probably praying for something. Am I right? Now, well, I just came across something. I can apply that script. And it changes everything, guys, because now a couple of things have happened. Not only did I come up with a script that applies to them, but what happened in there? I showed them I cared. That's it. I applied it. I listened. I showed them I care. And now, man, they're not going, whoa, oh, what's up? What's going on? Can I get real with you guys? Put a 4 if I'm allowed to get real with you guys, because I'm about to. I'm keeping the timer here, so I'm debating on this because I love to keep it real. And those of you that know, I just kind of shoot from the hip. I don't take many notes when I do these kind of talks, but I'm gonna kind of talk to you guys a little bit different. Why does prospecting feel so stinking dirty? Doesn't it sometimes? Because you're already worried that they're thinking you're a salesman, and you're trying to not come off as a salesman because you're scared of being a salesman, and it starts to feel dirty. Why does it feel dirty? Well, because that new person most likely is ready to get their money back. That new prospect that just spent $5.99, $12.99, $19.99, whatever they came in at, they want their money back. Is that safe to say? So how do I get my money back? Well, I got to go talk to these people quick. And you come at them with these coined scripts, but what's your heart really saying? Man, I got to get my money back. I got to get my money back. So it's a money script. And when you do that, you actually kind of feel a little bit dirty. Like, I'm just trying to get money now. Guess what your prospect's thinking? Golly, man, this feels a little bit dirty. They're just trying to get money back. Is it a bad thing to get your money back? Heck no, we want you to get your money back. I'm telling you to be aware of the problem that they're seeing it too. If you feel it, they feel it too. So how do we change that? Again, we listen, we change, we adapt, we tweak our scripts just a little bit. We pay attention to what they're saying. You ask a few more probing questions. See, prospecting seems dirty because you're taking it from a spot of, I got to hit these ranks. I got to get promoted. I got to hit a fast start bonus. We got to get to that next level. And guys, I'm talking to those of you that are brand spanking new, which is probably the majority of the people on the line. Those of you that haven't quite gotten to where you want to go, Garnet, Jade, started making those first couple ranks and kind of figuring this out, even your pearls. And then as you start to evolve and grow, you start to hit these extra ranks because you're slowing down a little bit. You're starting to pay attention to what they're saying. It's not about you and your rank. It's about them. The leaders on this line, I promise you, are not trying to get rich. That's why they probably initially started. A lot of us, most of us, as a matter of fact, I would be willing to bet. But the next level becomes, wait a minute, now that I'm up here, I want to help these people get to where they need to go. Now I want to help. When you start to listen, you start to care. When you start to bring people up because they're needing something in their life. That mother wants to spend more time with their children. She's tired of having to pay a babysitter to take care of them. That's the next person wants to put a little bit more food on the table. But at the end of the day, it's time. It's compassion. It's caring. It's purpose. When you start to bring that out of people and you start to show that you want that for them, guess what? It doesn't feel dirty anymore. The whole art of prospecting, it becomes fun because every single time you step out that door, it's not about that next rank or that next paycheck. It's about listening and adapting and learning and growing and helping people, most importantly, to live the life that they were meant to live, not the life that you want them to live. It's about them. And when they feel that from you, they're no longer doing this. Whoa, what are you doing? They're coming over and trying to give you a hug and saying, thanks for listening. Guys, I had a buddy of mine that's in the business now, and this is attraction marketing. We were going to help him with his first post, and we wanted to make this about him. And so we sat down, and he said, man, I don't have anything. I can't think of nothing. Well, during the launch, I'd already listened to his why. I'd heard why he wanted to do the business. I heard why he was excited about it. I went ahead and said, well, if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and type this up for you and show it to you before we post it. And you tell me, And at the end of this thing, this is a guy that was in the Army. He's a tough guy. He's spent all this time hunting and fishing and lived in Alaska and all kinds of crazy stuff. This guy was in full-blown tears when he read it. What's going on? He said, man, how'd you do this? I said, how'd I do what? He said, well, if I could have written down what I wanted to say, it would have come out like this. How did you know those things about me? And I was like, what do you mean? Are you kidding? You've been telling me for the last 3 weeks before you even came into the business. You told me why you wanted to do this. Oddly enough, that guy a couple years later is still working in the business. He's doing fantastic. He's a Sapphire. But why is he still here? Because he is a leader, I believe, that he knows, listened, cared. He came on board because he met somebody that listened and cared. He stayed, guess what? Retention, because somebody listened and cared and continues to do that. Because when you make this about people, other than yourself, you will win every single time, even if you're not making money. Because you're going to feel this sense of purpose, this sense of belonging, this sense of making a difference. And along the way, because you're plugging in, because you're still here, your brain is still listening to calls like this from amazing leaders across this entire world in this company, and you continue to grow, you continue to evolve, you continue to adapt, and all of a sudden things start to add up. Things start to click for you. And next thing you know, there's checks starting to roll in. There's pens starting to be mailed from the company. You're starting to rank up. You're starting to live this amazing life. You're getting called to speak in front of hundreds of thousands of people worldwide. And you're going, what happened? I couldn't figure this out for years. But it's because you slowed down and you started paying attention. Instead of overreacting and getting angry at the responses you were getting from your prospects, you started to get excited about those. You started to recognize, wait a minute, this isn't about this coin script. This is about me relating what I'm doing, this journey, to their life. How can I best help them? What can I do to pull them out of the trenches, pull them out of this drowning feeling in finance, this drowning feeling in quarantine, this mess of a life that some of these people have gotten themselves into? What can I do with these tools to help lift them up and give them a real start? A fresh start, something different, something applicable, something that can take their business to the next level, their lives to the next level, and really elevate them to where they need to go. I'm going to give you one last thing as you're doing this. Watch your language. Sounds a little different. I'm not talking about profanity. That's your personal choice. I'm talking about what you're saying to yourself and to your prospects. If you know their mindset and you know they're thinking it's not going to work, if you walk up to that person and say, hey, guess what? Man, I started this new thing and I believe I can maybe help you. I don't know if it's really going to work out, but I'm excited about it and I think maybe it could. Is that instilling confidence in that person? Are they getting excited with you when you're thinking it might not work? No. This is so easy to stop and think about. Some of you guys are talking your prospects out before you talk them in. You're probably going to say no, and I'm sure you're probably broke. I mean, I know COVID's going on. I know there's a lot of people on furlough and getting laid off and worried about their job security. They still don't even have a job. So I'm going to guess it's bad timing for you, but I still told people I would talk to 10 today, so I'm just going to go ahead and ask you anyway, do you want to join my business? They're going to say no. You've already actually told them to say no. Understand the mindset. They're already on defensive mode going, wait a minute, this is different. You got to hug on them. You got to love on them a little bit. You got to relate to where they are. And instead, change your language and say, man, look, man, I know things are tight. I know things are unsure in this world right now. But, man, I've just found a group of leaders that are doing some things that are absolutely amazing. They're taking this company to $1 billion. This is the next emerging major business out there. And I'm telling you right now, if you just spent 20 minutes watching a video, those things that we just talked about, that scare of job security, that lack of finances, the stress that you're going through right now, I believe we can slowly start to chip away at that and really make a difference. But I just need 20 minutes of your time to watch a video. I just applied it. I gave it to them. Now we're talking something completely different. Well, how do you know it's going to work? I don't. But what I do know is I'm going to give it my absolute best with the people that I've surrounded myself with, the leadership in this company, the tool sets these guys have. I don't believe that we're going to fail. I believe we're going all the way to the top. That's a completely different language, even though you don't know the answers, guys. So watch your language. At the end of the day, just remember one thing. People instinctually want to win. They all want to go to the top, and I believe we have the company, the tool sets, the leadership to absolutely make that happen for each and every one of us. Guys, I appreciate you listening. I'm going to go ahead and turn this back over to Mr. Steffensen. I want to thank you guys. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to speak to you guys today. And Skyleur, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity.
And thank you, Mr. Parkhill. That was awesome. I love that training. I love understanding the mindset of the people you're talking to is so, so important. So if you loved what Mr. Parkhill said, throw some hearts in here. Let him know that you appreciate him, because I thought that was an amazing training. So thank you so much again, Mr. Parkhill, for everything that you said. And as a reminder, this is live on Facebook, so you'll have the replay available. If your team didn't get a chance to jump on, make sure that they hit that replay. And then tomorrow we'll also post a replay just in case. We just want to put it as many places as possible for you. So thank you again. One quick thing before we leave, we have some exciting news for you next week. So I'm going to ask that you pay attention to Kyani North America Facebook page, because we have some news for you that's coming next Monday. So pay attention to when that's going to be. I'm just going to leave it right there. And again, I want to thank Mr. Parkhill for his training today. I want to thank all of you for jumping on the call, taking time out of your busy days to get on this call. I wish you the absolute best of luck as you finish this month. Push hard. Make sure that you're out there talking to others and understanding their needs, much like Mr. Parkhill said, and you will find success in this business. So thanks again, everyone. Have a fantastic day, and we will speak to all of you very soon.